I think I'm back now. Okay, I think we are back. That was a surprising thing to just sit down and see happen. There we go. Okay. Alright, I think we are back now. Alright, apologies about that, everyone. That was fucking surprising. Okay, we are back to it. As soon as I finished eating and go to the bathroom, fucking Steam VR crashed. Wonderful. Sorry about that, everyone. We are now back to it because I'm not definitely finishing off that. I've still got a fair way to go. I want to keep streaming. Hope everyone is going good. Again, my apologies, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you so much for waiting for me, and thank you for the heads up as well, Gwen. Sorry about that, friends. Good to see you all. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is going good, because we are going to keep on going. We've got some new music playing. We're going to see how we go. How are you all doing, friends? Hope everyone is going good. Hope everyone's had a nice little break. Hopefully they went and got something to eat and drink. And now we can keep on going, because I've got a few more I want to keep painting, and then we will go on from there. Alright, but yes, we are going to it. And just before I continue, of course... No, not that one. I want that one. There we go. Zero Online. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are going good. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much as well for the very long streak, buddy. Hope you are going good, friend. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for your support, man. I really appreciate it, and I hope you are having a great day. And I really appreciate you sticking around. We're going to go have some fun, because we're going to go paint, in that case, some more stuff. I'm very glad that I had my headset charging, that's for sure. At least that was doing it while I was doing that. But yeah, friends, we're going to keep going now. We're back. That's the main thing. That's all that matters. So I hope everyone is going good. Do that. And thank you for the hydrate as well, Zero. Where is me monster? Because I'm going to finish this can in that case. There you are. Oh, good idea for the posture check as well, because after this I want to go for a nice hike. Well, with how nice the weather is. We didn't do it today because I had to go do grocery shopping and that with Mum before dropping her off, so that was good. But yeah, friends, we're back now. Disaster averted. T34 painting is done. We're going to go keep on going. How are you doing, Zero and John? I hope you are both having a good day. And I do thank you all for sticking around. We're going to go paint something else. What are we going to do? Because I want to do a plane, and I've got a Japanese one here that I want to do. No, that's the ME262. Not the Panzer Kampfwagen 6. The Tiger. No, where is it? I think it was this one? Yes, here we go. That's the one I want, the KI. KI 44, that's the one I'm looking for. Bingo. Alright, so with that, while that is loading, let's get you up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, played against friend now to head off, so I'm back now. Hell yeah, man. I hope you had fun, buddy. I really hope you had fun, John. That's good. We all need to just unwind, hang out with friends, vibe, and do all the stuff, man. It's good. It's good. I'm glad you're going. Good. Alright, in that case, for those who are just quickly joining us back in, of course, we are still painting, of course. We are still going to be painting vehicles and aircraft in that case, because we'll see how long the battery is going to last. We are now going to be painting the KI-44. And hopefully we're going to have fun, because I hope we are, because I like painting. Painting is fun, especially when you paint stuff like this, which is good. Just adjust all that real quick, and I hope everyone is going good. You go there. Just shift you across just a little bit. Nice. There we go. That is looking a lot better now. A lot more comfortable for me. All right, but yeah, like I said, we're going to keep on painting in that case, and we're going to see how we go. Correct, Zero. So what we're doing in that case, we are currently using a feature in Vermilion VR, which is called the Paint by Numbers feature. So I don't know if you've used them, which I understand if you haven't. Basically, what Paint by Numbers is that, you know, in those coloring books where you have like a painting and it gives like, say, you got numbers to fill in, like say 1 is black, 2 is 3 is white, 4 is red, that kind of thing. We are doing the exact same thing here, but in Vermilion. But the difference is with Vermilion VR, this painting app that we're using, is that you can actually load in your own images, your own photos of anything. And the system that is in Vermilion will, to the best of its ability, split the image into layers for you to paint. In this case, with how the current engine is, it does have a maximum of 20 because the developer is just a lone guy. He is currently working on expanding that, which is great. But you'd be very surprised with the level of detail that you can get in with the layers and splitting and all that. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a KI-44. So I'm very excited for it. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. I'm going to do a plane. Because after we did the T-3485s with the Panther, we're going to go paint a Japanese plane. So number 1 is going to be, I'm assuming is going to be the sky. It's going to be the outlines of the plane itself. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. I was close. I tried. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. Put you there. I don't want to lean over too far. And we're going to go paint a plane. And then we go from there. But Zero, how's your day been so far, buddy? How has it been? How have you been, my friend? How are you going? Especially all of you lovely people who are joining in or stuck around, which I really appreciate. How are you all going, my friends? I hope you are all going well. If everyone is going good. Everyone had a nice little break, because I did while I was eating. I was starving. I had a couple left of those microwave burgers. In that case, you know, the 2-minute ones. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just make that. I can't bother making a sandwich for the time being. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, it was all right. It was all right, I guess. You know? Yeah, things are going good. Bing, bing, bingo. Start doing this plane. Yeah, it's going to be nice. Hello, Gwen. Welcome back, honey. How you doing? Just woke up, did my morning chores, and had breakfast. Hell yeah. I'm glad you did, buddy. What'd you have for breakfast, buddy? What did you have for breakfast? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So my grandma's cooking. Hell yeah, buddy. Leftovers are always nice to have. Always nice to have. Yeah, okay. Not bad. Not bad so far. Not bad. What about you, Gwen? What are you doing, bub? What are you doing, honey? You just vibing yourself? Getting your possible painting and all that ready for later on tonight? That's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the modern Kriegsmen are. You know what I was thinking of doing in the future as well? But I understandably it might be a little boring. But I don't know if I'll stream it or not. Excuse me. I wouldn't mind reinstalling Open XCOM. You know, like XCOM 1 and 2, like the original games, but on the open source engine. Oh, excuse me. And actually download the Warhammer mod that's actually based during the Indominus Crusade. And giving that a play, because, man, I've been really in the mood for it lately, you know? But for the Indominus kind of stuff, I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be really fun. The thing is, of course, those kind of games can be very slow and very fucking punishing, depending on what faction that you pick. Because, understandably so, not everyone is a Space Marine, and not every enemy is just going to be a simple cultist that can go down with nothing. Good old XCOM, that's what I like about it. It is fun. It's good, I like that game. I like playing the Indominus mod on Open XCOM. There we go, very nice. I think that might be a game you might like as well, Gwen, if you're into like the very original XCOM games, like, you know, XCOM 1 and Terror from the Deep. If you're into those kind of games, especially with just how in-depth the mod is, I think you'd really like it. I'm really looking forward to Indominus Crusade, like Warhammer games. I know Space Marine 2 is one of them, but I'm kind of hoping for more stuff, you know? That will be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Actually, on the topic of modern Warhammer and all that, are they still doing like the female custodies thing, or have they just kind of pretended that never happened? Because I know there was a massive fucking thing about it when it came out, because they just kind of sprung it on everyone with like apparently no law or anything to back it up. They just said, oh, there's always been like female custodies, which I kind of thought they were like Space Marines, like they can't really make female custodies because of all the stuff they put in, which I thought was a bit strange. Is that still a thing, or did Games Workshop just kind of like just pack it away and then just pretend it never happened? Because I know there was that spat a while ago where people tried to force it in and they kind of just got thrown out because it turns out they actually weren't players of Warhammer or anything like that, just fucking tourists. Shit like that. I remember that from like at the start of the year, I think. Excuse me. They're not like Space Marine. Space Marine Gene Seed is based on Primarchs who are all male. Custodies are individually custom built. Ah, okay then. I will admit, the days of me being super duper into Warhammer lore are kind of behind me, and I'm still trying to slowly catch up with how things are going. Because I'm slowly getting back into it, as I'm sure you're very well aware, Gwen. Because since my boy Rabute is now finally awake, you know, and then the enormous job that he's got, which is a shame. You know, he has to do it all by himself, but hopefully Vulcan and all that comes back. That would be nice. You know what I'm surprised they never brought back, or they at least talked about? I know we've got the Primaris Marines. I'm surprised, you know what I'm surprised they never did? Or maybe they don't want to go back that far, because that brings back all the problems with it too. Bringing back the Thunder Warriors, but like remaking them, you know, with you know, Belisarius and all that now able to basically fix the problems of it, because, you know, with the Primaris Marines, right? But then just keeping them as like a backup for the Imperial Guard kind of thing, you know? I'm surprised they haven't done that. That would be quite interesting. See how it will go. But again, it'd be very hard to get worked in. People saying playing that story to have the people complaining about custodians and saying they have to be male, the real tourists. I still really want a Lion model. God, I've seen the Lionel Johnson models. They look so sick. God damn, he looks good. I love that model. The Space Marines are an upgrade to the Thunder Warriors model. There's no point. Well, I was thinking more along the lines, like, if Thunder Warriors could be really fast, quickly produced, you know, unlike, like, say, a Space Marine, because I know the Space Marines are the successors to the Thunder Warriors, you know, with how things are going, right? But like I was thinking, like, they bring back the Thunder Warriors, because, you know, like, say, just hypothetically, you know, you can make and arm and kind of train, I guess, like a modern Thunder Warrior, right? In like a month. You know, instead of waiting like the years upon years for everything for a Space Marine, right? You can then make like they'd be like abhumans or something like that. Like you can just shit out Thunder Warriors to kind of like just pad out like Imperial Guards or planetary defenses when they got the time and chance for it. You know, just to keep them going, you know, like for a few years. Keep like, you know, they go on, but with loads and loads and loads of like built-in like fail safes, like, you know, what they do with Space Marines, Primarchs, like what they originally planned to do. That I think would be quite interesting. Yeah, but the Thunder Warriors were then project. That is true, Gwen. That is true. That yeah. But again, you've got Belisarius Call doing his thing as well. I'm sure he'd probably find something. I'm sure Belisarius could probably work something out. If he had, like, you know, the fucking time to do so, if he had like a full week to not worry about everything going on, he could probably work something out. But he's got way more important shit to worry about than remaking the Thunder Warriors. I've always liked the Thunder Warriors. It's just a shame about what happened, you know? I really liked that short story where the Thunder Warrior and those other people in that prison on Terra escaped. And they unfortunately all died, I think, except for one of the Thunder Warriors, where he kind of like disappeared to help with the invasion of Terra, because, you know, Thunder Warrior, he was trying to survive. I really like that. I wish there was more stuff about the Thunder Warriors. I hope we do get more stuff like that in the future. I really like the idea and the concept of the Thunder Warrior. Or especially more content about like the Unification Wars and all that. That would be fucking cool. But again, I haven't read a lot. I'm very far behind on books and content and all that, so maybe it's already out there and I just haven't got to it yet. Maybe. Maybe. There's a lot of purple on this model because of the shadows. Hmm. Yeah, maybe one day. You know what I think would be really stupid, but I think would also be really entertaining just to see everything going on. But I think it would actually cause potentially too many fucking problems for Games Workshop if they brought back Horus. Like Horus, like they'd have to pull like Emperor Palpatine, somehow he's returned. Excuse me. You know, kind of thing in order for Horus to return. Man, that would be fucking fun to watch. That would be very interesting to watch if that were to happen. I wonder how they'd bring him back though. Because wasn't like didn't like the Emperor basically forgive Horus like right at the end? So like I forgive you or something before he effectively like disappeared or something. Because I remember in one of the books or one of the sayings he said like I'll be waiting for you, but it couldn't really be told if he was talking to Horus or someone else. Because I think Horus was the only one the Emperor like really like genuinely liked. I think like actually enjoyed, like actually doing things with. I think. I don't know. I just get that feeling that maybe it was because I know the Emperor being the Emperor is a very complicated figure, but I get the feeling that Horus was the only son I think he actually might have genuinely liked. Does it was that's what I mean, Gwen. Like they'd have to go literally like what they did in the Star Wars movie. Somehow Palpatine has returned. They'd have to literally just wave their hand and do that. He would literally have to do that somehow. Somehow it would have to be done. Oh my goodness, there's back burning. I can fucking smell it and feel it. Where's that back burning come from? I didn't think they'd be starting it this early. No, it's actually late. We're in December now. God, that would be fucking funny. Somehow Horus has returned. Oh my god, the shitstorm that would come out of that. Fuck, that would be fun to watch. Just to sit on the side where all that shit is happening. God, that would be funny. That would be so fucking funny. What do you mean he's returned? But wouldn't that also be like the sign that things are so bad in the Imperium and in the galaxy that Games Workshop would have to turn around and say, oh, by the way, Horus is somehow still alive. Boom, here's your new model. Or like actually here's like 5 books of lore that are going to bring him back. Oh man, that would be fucking funny because of all the problems that's going to cause. All the problems that would cause in lore and in history with factions and all that, like the Blood Angels and all that, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, with Gilliman and the Ultramarines, and I guess other Primarchs might even just suddenly reappear. They want round 2 with Horus somehow. Oh, fuck, that would be funny. That would be funny. A lot of purple on this painting. What because of the shadows? I think it's also at dusk as well. Hmm. Nice. No, I think. You know what I was thinking about earlier today, because I saw it earlier, because someone brought it up in one of the discords that I'm in. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Is that you know how people basically guessed the plot of the new Shrek movie, and then when it basically got known, that people were basically saying like, "Oh yeah, this is what the plot is going to be." Like the movie got magically delayed and completely rewritten due to leaks and all that. I wonder what they're going to do for the second iteration of the Shrek movie. Because I know when Red Letter Media did like the predictions for not only for Solo but also for the other Star Wars movies. Apparently, they also had to delay one of. I think it was Solo. They ended up delaying or rewriting because apparently, Red Letter Media predicted like the plot for Solo, I think it was, and they had to basically redo like the whole movie, I think, and that was one of the reasons why the cost blowout was so high, because they thought someone had actually leaked the movie. That was funny. I really wanted to see the movie that they talked about though, that Rich and Mike were talking about in Red Letter Media when they were talking about Solo, their predictions and all that. And I'm like, man, that movie was way more better what they talked about than the movie that came out. Excuse me. I wanted to watch that one instead. I don't want to watch this shitty movie compared to that. Oh, well. I didn't mind Solo. It was alright. But, yeah, they definitely picked the wrong guy to be Solo, that's for sure. What's his name was just not a good Solo. He was not good. Yeah, what's his name they picked? He was not a good Han Solo. No worries, Zero. Thank you so much for popping in, buddy. I hope you had a fun time, man. I will hopefully talk to you soon. You have a good rest of your day, man. And enjoy the show, man. Have a good one, buddy. Take care. Oh, excuse me. Okay. You know what I also kind of don't like about some of the stuff going on in Modern Warhammer? Is that they're kind of, like, spoiling, I guess you could say, like, the mystery of something. Like, you know how they were talking about, like, the Terminus decree from the Grey Knights? To put the Emperor back on the Golden Throne, and people were legitimately saying that that's a fucking stupid idea. Like, that's not going to work. The Grey Knights... The Grey Knights hold no power in the universe that's going to force the Emperor back on the chair, right? And I love how every single meme about it was literally the Grey Knights getting completely fucking clapped over it. And you know what? I will give it to the Grey Knights. I bet they would fight and argue entirely about that degree, but they would still go at least give it a try, because that's what the degree is. The Terminus decree. Decree with a C. But I remember one of the memes about it. One of the memes about it, right, was like a video of a Grey Knight who was absolutely terrified standing in front of like the entrance to the Golden Throne. I think the Emperor was there, like doing a dance or something. And then like just one of the Grey Knights just kind of like just crushed the Grey Knight. Not sorry, one of the custodians just crushed the Grey Knight, and they all pointed and laughed at him. That was funny. But one of the things I also liked about that discussion is that very quickly people brought up the idea that this is very likely like a trick. Like the discussion was like the same thing. Like there is no way the Grey Knights could force the Emperor of all people to go back on the Golden Throne. It can't. There's no way it could have been done. And I like how immediately people were saying like, "Oh, this must be a trick," and I was like, what do you mean? Like, and people asked, what do you mean a trick? And people were saying, this is a trick to get 1,000 of potentially the most powerful psykers in the galaxy like 1,000 of them, or however many Grey Knights there are, to come to Terra to force the Emperor back onto the throne. Because this is when he's either reborn as the Star Child or something like that, right? It's one of those things. And the Emperor basically gets for free these 1,000 ultra powerful Psykers to basically restart him. You know? That's basically what happens. And I really like that idea when you think of it that way, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really good fucking idea. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, absolutely. I'm down with that. And I just remember thinking that, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely something the Emperor would do. That, oh my god, that's a really good idea. Oh my god, that would really help the Emperor at that point. Those Grey Knights and all that doing that kind of shit. That would be really good. That would be fantastic. But I wonder if they're in that kind of situation. Like, if you're a Grey Knight, right? The Emperor has awoken, and you get the order to go and put the Emperor back on the Golden Throne. Do you think there would be Grey Knights that would, like, openly refuse such an order? Now, I understand that they are Grey Knights, and the journey that has taken them to get to the Grey Knights would be something unfathomably difficult to do, right? But if, I don't know, do you think there would be Grey Knights that would just outright say, no, I am not going to Terra, and to somehow force the Emperor back onto the throne? Like, I bet there would be some Grey Knights who would just say, that's a fucking stupid idea. I absolutely refuse to do so. Arrest me right now. I would even say that, I don't know if would you even be a traitor at that point if you were to refuse such an order? Like, could you imagine, like how would you even punish someone like that? Like, if you got the order saying, okay, the Emperor has awoken, we need to put him back on the Golden Throne, all 1,000 of us has to go to Terra to go do it. I bet there would be a noticeable number that would just openly just say, no, we're walking into our deaths at that point. The Imperium needs us, like, elsewhere. If the Emperor has finally gotten off the throne, he needs to do whatever he needs to do off the throne. I know that's a bit out there, but man, I just got the feeling that in that kind of order, I guarantee that there will be people there to refuse that order. They're just like, no. I bet there would be some Grey Knights or some officers or something. Like, something would happen, like, say that in that kind of situation would happen, I bet there would be Grey Knights that would not only openly reject that order, that decree to go and force him onto the throne, but I bet there would actually be Grey Knights that would say, we are going to go and commit suicide fighting the Emperor. This might be a trick. We're actually going to go to Terra in that case, and we're going to report our findings. I would not even be surprised if there was, like, say, a group of knights, which, understandably, their hearts are in the right place, but it would greatly harm the Grey Knights doing it. So I would bet that there could be some that might try to arrest the Grand Master and say, hey, the Grand Master has just apparently pulled out this Terminus decree. Apparently it's telling us to, by force the Emperor back onto the Golden Throne somehow. And that is going to effectively end in, like, the mass suicide the mass death of all the Grey Knights, plus everything else in between, like, that point. We think this is a trick. We need to report this, and we have the Grand Master here. Like, just somehow. And I bet that would be a very fucking awkward conversation to have on Terra. Imagine if Gilliman was there and he heard that. What the fuck would he even do at that point? It's a stupid thing to even think about, because the Emperor knows he's on the throne more than anything. Exactly, Gwen. Exactly. That's the point. That's it. That's what I'm trying to work up to. Like, the Emperor of all people knows that the Emperor needs to stay on the Golden Throne of all things. Like, even for just that, those, like, say, even a few minutes would irreversibly hurt the Imperium, you know? I don't even think another, like, multiple Indominus Crusades could save the Imperium at that point, right? But even just the Emperor somehow getting off the Golden Throne, like say if he's reborn as the Star Child, right? Somehow, the damage that him getting off the Golden Throne is going to cause is either going to irreversibly damage the Imperium to the point that they can't really bounce back from it, or it's the Emperor finally accepting that he needs to start again, and he's just going to effectively like clap his hands and restart everything, you know? Like shit like that. It'd be one of those kind of situations, I think. I really did like a lot of the fan art that came out around that time of like the Star Child coming back, like the, you know, the Emperor and all that. I really like a lot of that art. That was so nice. Some of that art is so goddamn good. It is so goddamn good. I really like the idea of the Star Child, like the Emperor being, like, you know, the Star Child. I hope they continue on with it. That's what, I love that. I love the concept of that. I love the idea of the Star Child. But yeah, like I said, things would have to be so bad in the Imperium for stuff like that to happen. Excuse me. Man, I really liked one of the artworks that I saw of the Star Child, right? And it was just like the Star Child, like it was a golden, like being of light, right? But, you know, it's the Emperor. He's the Emperor as a child. And I like how, I think it was in the same picture, or it was like two pictures, like there's a bunch of Grey Knights, like they're clearly terrified about what they're witnessing, right? To try and force him back onto the throne, because I'm pretty sure it's either the same image or there was two images, right? Like, you know, of the similar kind of thing, right? And there was like dead Grey Knights, and then there's the Star Child, you know, in front of them. And the Grey Knights are like clearly, like they've realized what a fucking mistake that they've made, right? Because, you know, they're surrounded by the Custodies and the Sisters of Silence, that kind of thing. And I remember looking at it, thinking, damn, that is a nice picture. I saved it on my phone somewhere. I'll need to go find it. I'm pretty sure I've got them on my phone somewhere, because damn, that art was nice. God, it was good. Because the fact that those Grey Knights realised that they were on the wrong, that they've made the wrong fucking decision, that really got my interest. That got me going. I like that. It's when, you know, when someone's made a mistake, they think we're on the right side, and they're like, "No, we've made the wrong decision. We're on the wrong side." That's what I like. That's what I like. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. This plane is coming out quite nice. It is coming out quite nice. I am liking this. Yeah, this is coming out quite nice. This is coming out quite nicely. Yeah, a bit more on the side in the clouds. These clouds are very purple, aren't they? There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, now we're getting into the clouds, more the distant stuff as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, let's get all this going, because we are getting some nice shading in the clouds, which is quite nice. Excuse me. Very nice. Very nice. I'm liking this. This play is coming out quite nice, especially with the clouds. Nice. That is looking good. Wonder if we'll... Yep, here we go. So we're starting to get into the real edges of the clouds and all that, which is nice. That's going to look quite good. Yeah, just on the top. We're getting to the edge of the clouds towards the horizon. Dawn of a new day. Which is nice. That's not too bad. Not bad at all. Here we go. Now starting to get to the more sunlight, I think. Yeah, we're getting into some of the shading in that case on the plane itself. Very nice. Very nice. Not much on this side, it's just all on the back. And then there's other shades that we can do as well. So, that's not too bad, I think. Once we get the sky, which I think is going to be the next few colours of this palette, we're then going to have, like, proper stuff to do, right? Like all the glazing and the light shadings and all that. Not there. Not there. There we go. That's not too bad. I'm really liking that the dark clouds at the bottom are really starting to show layers in that case. I really like that. I really like the fact that it's really showing like the layers of the clouds that this plane is flying in. That is so nice. You found a new favorite haunt? What is your favorite haunt, Gwen? Tell me. Tell me, what could be your favorite haunts? And why? Why is it not our wonderful not mad scientist, just a little eccentric science, Agnes Tachyon? Why is it not Tachyon? You know, she just likes doing science. She just likes doing science. Nah, seriously though, what is it? Go on, tell us. Tell us. What is your haunts? Yeah, this is coming out really nice. I'm liking this. Nice. That is coming out quite nicely. Asian Flash. She's German. Why am I not fucking surprised, Gwen, that you pick a German horse? Why am I not fucking surprised, Gwen? Why am I not surprised? Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Well, go on. What's the horse about? Tell us. Go on. Go on. What is it? Tell us. So, 15. Go. Start getting into the sky itself. Oh, no, too much of a smudge there. I think that might be it in that case of that shade. She's literally a knight with a sword. It's so cool. Oh, really? Okay. That's fucking based. I should start playing... excuse me. I should start playing Uma Masumi again. I definitely should. Or at least go back and watch the animes and all that. I think that'd be good. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-doo. That's not too bad. Let's hope that... I know we're getting into the whites and all that, but I'm hoping we're getting to see more of the clouds build up. That would be nice. So 16. I think it's going to be the sunlight reflections on some things. Yes, they are. Oh, no, there it is. There's some on the boat. There we go. I don't think there is going to be some lines there. Yeah, not much there. Okay. 17. Yep, here we go. Now we're getting into the other stuff here, which is 9. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's get those nice shades of the cloud in there. There we go. Nice. Okay. That's not too bad. Yep, there we go. And there is now the nose of the plane. Nice. Very good. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We are getting there. Yeah, that's good. So 19, and then we're going to see, yep, here we go, some nice lighting shades. Nice. Looks like, yeah, just on the lids there. Nice. Then 20 is just going to be, yep, the last white patches. And man, that was actually a nice plane to paint. That was really nice. I enjoyed that. Yeah, nice. That was a very nice photo. That was a very nice painting. Maybe just a little bit more. That is nice. That is a really nice painting. I'm really glad that came out. 0, 10 o'clock high. Oh my god, Antony, watch out. They're coming in, buddy. They're coming in. I'm so sorry I got locked in on finishing the paint. How you doing, Antony? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. Why does Americans call it the bald eagle when it's not even bald? I think it's because the bald eagle actually doesn't have any like sticking up feathers, I think, Cans, and that's why they call it the bald eagle. How you doing, buddy? Mr. Antony, Mr. Cans, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all going good. Welcome, welcome. Whew, that was a nice picture. Oh, I enjoyed that. It's a shame the fucking thing crashed out on me while I was having lunch earlier. Hope you're all having a good day, friends. Welcome, welcome. Ah, that was nice. That was really good. How are you both going? Hopefully you're both having a good day. I hope so. Oh. Oh man, that was good. That was fun. Need a bit of a break after that. Oh. Down, down, down. I really liked how that came out. That came out quite nicely. That came out very nicely. And here is, of course, the base reference that we used for the plane. That was really nice. It actually came out quite good. There is a little bit of touch-ups that I need to do in regards to the shading, because there are still like gaps, but that's just... I think that's just the system trying to calculate for like lights sources in that case, especially being a plane in the sky. But that's actually not too bad. I'm happy with that. It's quite good. Let's go export all these images. That's what I like doing. There we go. Not bad at all. I'm very happy with that. That's quite good. Alright. That was nice. I think so. I'm not counting the interruption that we had earlier. Looks like we've been going for excuse me. Oh, just over 4 hours. Nice. Oh, 4 hours and a bit of painting. Very nice. That was really good. It's only been 2 pictures though, because they've actually been quite a bit of work, which is quite nice. I've been enjoying it. And I hope all of you lovely people have been enjoying the painting, which I hope you all are. If you'd like to support the channel, you're more than welcome to drop a like or a follow, depending on where you are, to help me get towards my 1,000 follower goal. Both for... I don't even know how to say it. Unfortunately, and I guess you say fortunately in that case, it is thanks to a lot of people's support in that case after my grieving post with Duke, that a lot of people actually came and followed here on Twitch and on YouTube, which I'm very appreciative of. And hopefully some of you are here today, and I hope you are enjoying, in that case, our nice little stream. You know, I really appreciate it. Hopefully some of you are here, and I do thank you all for your amazing support. It was not a good week, and not a good weekend, that's for sure. It was not good, but, you know, as the saying goes, friends, it is what it is. And, you know, Duke would not want me to stop, that's for sure. It's still a little tender, but I'm getting better. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. Good one. But yeah, I want to thank you all for your support, friends, because we're not done yet. I think we should have enough charge in the battery for one more, I think, because I do have other pictures I want to paint, but I don't think we're going to have enough time, especially now with that crash and all that of Steam VR, which is fucking annoying, to put it nicely. And yeah, not good. Oh well. So what I'm actually going to do right now, put you there, I'm going to put you there, because suddenly it's on DMing. Mm-hmm. Down. There we go, because people are suddenly DMing me since I'm streaming. I still won't do anything. Oh, I'm streaming, I can't do nothing. Maybe later. Maybe later. But what I might do for the next one... don't do that. Now you're back in. I think I'm going to pick... Antony! Look, Panzer 4! That's the, that's the side skirts. Which one's this one again? Isn't that the J? I think it is. The one without the side skirts and the long barrel. I think it is. That's what we're going to do next one. Panzer 4. Yes. There we go. And make you nice and big. Oh, yeah. That's going to have a lot of details with the scrub and the forestry and all that. That's going to be nice. That's going to be good. We'll see how we go after the battery of this one, and then we'll see if we can do some more. But I hope everyone is having a good time chatting. I do thank you all for sticking around. If you'd like to support the channel, you're more than welcome to drop a like or a follow, depending on where you are watching. Or if you really want to help us out, especially with the ongoing Discord event here on Twitch, So if you'd actually like to subscribe or even gift a sub, you will be receiving, courtesy of Twitch and Discord, 3 months of Discord Nitro, which is actually a surprisingly good deal. Not bad there. So if you want to get those 3 months, that'll be, of course, via Twitch if you just need to subscribe, or gift a sub, and then you will get a 3-month code, which would be very nice. If not, I do appreciate you sticking around. Let's see how we go, and now continue painting 3. See how we go. Alright, so it looks like straight off the bat, yeah, this is going to be very brown in camo. Nothing wrong with that. Judging by the building, in that case, it's going to be on this reference picture, I'm going to say it's probably going to be stone buildings, so somewhere in France, I think. Or maybe the lowlands, like Denmark. Or, not Denmark. The Netherlands or Belgium, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, because it's already getting the camo pattern on the cannon done. Yeah. Yeah. I can already see the outlines of the house just with those little brushes and all that, so that's interesting. Okay. Oop. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. There we go. Nice. Okay. It's coming out quite good. What do you think of the model range between 30k and 40k games? Like, we're assuming, like, say, the Horus Heresy and the stuff before it in that case, Gwen. I don't mind it. I like... I guess you could say, like, I like the 30k stuff, like the Horus Heresy and pre-Horus Heresy, because it was kind of like at the start of everything, and I like that kind of look and theme of power armor and equipment. While the stuff in 40k is like the expansions of it, I don't mind it. I like both of them, but if I had to pick, I like the 30k look more, to be honest. Like the old armor is brand new effectively at that time. It's not relics like they are in the 40k time period. Panzer IV, my beloved. Exactly, Panzer IV. With the long cannon, the long tip on it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. How you doing, Antonio? You just kicking back, vibing, enjoying your day, man? Having a good day, hopefully. You excited to be graduating, if it hasn't happened already, because I forgot to ask you when that day is. That'll be quite good. Looking forward to it, man. Yeah. Aye, nice. I might buy a 30k Lehman Russ because it fits with what the Kree use. That would be a good idea. That would actually be quite good, Gwen. That would be fun. That's actually not bad. I like that little silhouette of the tank like that. I'm going to have to stay overnight in a hotel since my college is far away from my home, which is another province entirely. Oh. Hopefully it's not a too long travel, Antony. Put it this way, buddy. If you're going to have to travel that far, make it worth your while, man. Go have a good time while you're there as well, buddy. Don't just go, graduate, then come back. Because if you've got to stay overnight, fuck it. Might as well spend the money. Mr. Ken Bosu, how you doing, Ken? I am going good, my friend. How are you going, buddy? Hope you're having a good day, man. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. We are just currently painting a Panzer IV. I've forgotten which variant this one is, because Antony requested it. So now, that's what we're doing. How are you doing, buddy? How's your day been, Ken? Hope you're having a good day. I've also, on the unrelated topic of a Panzer IV, it looks like Bandman's original favorite VTuber, Lulu, might be coming back. I saw that when I was having lunch. Apparently, Lulu's old YouTube page and that has been like unprivate, like made public, but the graduation stuff has all been removed. So that's interesting. Bandman is apparently quite excited over it because she loves Lulu and misses her. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen there. I'm going good, man. Ost H, missing the side skirts. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, because with this Panzer, I'm like, oh, the side skirts on it must be a different variant. Just, oh, well, that's just how it was coming. Yeah, Ken, I'm glad you had fun, buddy. How was your stream in that case, buddy? Did you do anything like you played more Dragon Ball, or what'd you end up doing, buddy? Yeah, get that nice brand, darker brand mixed in. That's what I want. Yeah, mix it in. That's nice. Make it nice and dark. That's it. Get that nice dark outer layer on it. That's what I want. Very nice. This isn't really an Off J, which only has 3 returning rollers, and the other pens are 4 of them. You know you're in deep into the tank stuff where you can easily identify the variants of the same model. Nothing wrong with that, Antony. Nothing wrong with it at all, buddy. Nothing wrong at all. Yo, Yandere, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream, man. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, because, well, the thing is, Antony, there are so many fucking variants of especially Panzer IVs out there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there were Panzer IVs out there that were basically just, like, Frankenstein combinations of, like, multiple tanks, especially at this point of the war. Like, I'm sure there would have been some tankers that would have been like, oh, fuck, I don't want the skirts, I need, like, more sprockets and stuff like that, so fuck it, take that, just give me your spare sprockets. I'm like, yeah, thank you. That could be the idea as well. Because especially at the end of the war, I think people will just like, I just need a working tank. I'll trade the side skirts for something else, you know? Can't blame them, that's for sure. Germany just couldn't fucking help but keep reiterating their design of the factory, those poor factory workers. Exactly, Antony, exactly. Unfortunately, the Germans learned too late that the Soviet idea of just making one variant and understandably upgrading it unless when it was absolutely necessary was the right idea. Especially when they were just stamp pressing like Pashas and submachine guns and all that, you know, like the presses and all that. The Germans learned that too fucking late. And even then, I think they only did it for like the MG32, the 34, the Sturmgewehrs, and others kind of semi-automatics like that. They learned far too late that quantity with not quality. That is what you need to win wars. You need to shit out guns, and you need to equally shit out ammunition. And when it comes to tanks, you get the Panzer IV basically, and you design like a platform that can take bigger guns on it when the time comes, and then you just stick with it. Unless something comes out that completely obliterates it, you stick with it, or you just modify it until you win. But no, not the Germans. No, not the Germans. The Germans need, oh man, that's not a very good French accent. Not good German, it's more French. The Germans must require the big guns. No, that's more of a French accent. God damn it, I can't even do it fucking properly. Fucking hell. Can't even do it properly. It was a losing battle for them, so the Russians really trying to make more, so they end up having to make the best and put their eggs in one basket. That is true. That is true. Wasn't a good idea. There was one car that did the same thing. Kept reading on this one car and it cost too much to keep making them. That wouldn't surprise me. Because I know it's outside Germany, but, you know, Volga and all that were basically just kept redesigning that Fiat to be, you know, the Soviet car. Not the Trabant, the other one, right? But eventually, like I said, it just got to the point where it was just getting too expensive where they just had to go make something else. You know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. There we go. Yep, number 3, which is going to be up here. Some of the greys, mix that in to get that bit of a brown in there too. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice grey. Okay. Yeah, nice. That's not too bad. Here we go. Now comes the fun part. I was wondering when this is going to happen. Since this is a very, I guess you say, autumn painting, lots and lots of brown and tan and brown and tan. So I just got to, like in that case, especially for this kind of forest and all that, it's all just going to be like a mix of like these very slight variations, which is going to make it really interesting. Speaking of the T-34, that video about Laserbeak really made how overpriced the tank was. It's more than good enough, than great. It is. See, the T-34 was not perfect. And I fucking hate watching Laserbeak. The fucking guy. God, all these fucking tank people, man. They're all trying to outdo one another. They're all trying to like harp on their favorite fucking tanks, and that's why I don't watch them anymore. I think it's Cone of Arc, and who's the other one? The one that Vesna likes watching as well, and I like watching him as well. It's like the guy that is like a PNG tuber, the American guy. He was funny. I like him. He was it him or was it Cone? But yeah, like. Yeah, like the T-34 it was okay. It was okay. It was not this invincible fucking machine that people like to harp on about, right? Look, I understand, of course, it did its thing. But just like with everything Soviet, it was sheer numbers in the end that won. Especially when your factories aren't getting bombed. You'd be surprised how much equipment you can pump out. This is going to be a very brown painting. Same thing could be said Tiger on solid gun. Oh, constant transmission failure. That is true. Oh, he wasn't saying this is better than that. It was just legitimate criticisms about it. Good. Yeah, Laserbeak admitted the Tiger was a solid design for its circumstances it was in. Damn, that must have made him fucking hurt, and Tony. That must have made him fucking hurt. People don't usually like saying that. They're like, wow, the Tiger 1 is good? No, it can't be. The Soviet stuff was better. It's a shame. I think it was, what was the saying? I remember watching on one video. It was the wrong tank for the wrong war, I think it was. I think that was it was. I can't remember. It's going to mix no matter what here on the bottom. Just mix it all in with the bottom layer. There we go. There we go. And he doesn't bring out the point about soft factors, yeah. Going to be fun doing up all this area. Especially with that wet part of it with the cleaning rag, but oh well. There we go. Especially the bringing an ocean away from all the fightings that can focus on quality control. That is true. You see, the German people voice same thing. Yeah. Where the Soviets were literally being bombed to high health from 42, 43. Yeah, but then after a while, basically the bombing stopped. And even then, once you had the factories all pushed out of the, behind the Urals and all that, that was kind of it. Not much more you can do about that. Yeah, then 5, we're going to start getting some of the grey outlines. Here we go. Go. Maxie, should I buy a Bane Blade? Gwen, you've spent a lot of money on your Warhammer models. First you wanted a Lehman Russ, and now you want a Bane Blade. Oh, Antonia, Bane Blade is from Warhammer 40,000. Look, you've spent a bit of money, Gwen, okay? The Bane Blade is really cool, okay? But I'm going to assume the Bane Blade is also quite expensive. And you also bought the Eno for VR chat, okay? Yeah, I need to chill out with the money for a while. Yes, I agree, Gwen. I agree. I agree. That's what I'm working up to. You should potentially not buy it. At least for the time being. You should do that. You should, like, not buy it. Unless the model goes on sale for Christmas sales or Boxing Day sales. That's what you should do. There we go. There we go. I know, Tony. That's what I mean. And like I said, she bought like what 3 or 4 boxes of soldiers for a Warhammer. She bought the Enos 3D model. You know, for VR chat, the ones that I was posting about yesterday and today. She also bought a little while before that the katana from Cyberpunk in Arena Breakout Infinite. Correct, Antony. Gwen is a Kiwi. She's from New Zealand, cuz. She loves the fish and chips, bro. She's a Kiwi, mate. All the cousins, bro. All the cousins and the nieces and the nephews. Nah, she's not like that. I gotta be careful what I fucking say. She's gonna fucking kill me. Yeah. There's something oddly poetic in Aussie and a Kiwi being a couple. Well, hey, it works, buddy. It works. Oh, yeah, it's on sale for 159 instead of 256. Wow. That is a considerable drop, Gwen. That's like nearly $100 drop. My goodness, that's actually not a bad saving in that case. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. This is turning to be a really nice day. Well, it is almost Christmas. That is true, Antony. But saying that, Gwen has spent a lot of fucking money recently, okay? She has spent a lot of money, and I would prefer that she cool her spending, okay? Can't wait to play Christmas Cruise again. Such a good song. It is a good song. But yes, I would greatly prefer that Gwen saves her money, okay? That's what I would like. That would make me very happy. Yes, financial responsibility. Exactly. Trust me, the plastic models will be there in the future, Gwen. The plastic models will be there in the future, okay? You can always buy it again later. You don't have to buy it right now, okay, hun? You don't have to buy it right now, babe. You should save your money. You should save your money. Yeah, let's get some of this steel gray. Guys, speaking of that, want to know what's pissing me off recently on that topic? Go for it, buddy. And Tony, you are more than welcome to talk about whatever you want here, buddy. Say it, my friend. Say it. Say it. Get it out of your system, mate. Go. Say it. There we go. I think this tank picture might be a bit too brown and grey, because even with me trying to brush everything, it's just becoming very brown, very dusty, very autumn. Because I've got to mix it in no matter what I do. Because, you know, with how everything is, I'm like very brown, very tan. I'm not really burnt, I guess you could say. The Department of Trade has the goals to tell everyone that they just need 500, which is less than 10 for Noche Buena Christmas Eve. I wonder why they would say that. I wonder why. I wonder why. Very foresty. That is going to be such a sad... Everyone is pissed about it. Good. Fucking good. And I mean that in the way that they are pissed. That is excellent. I want you to have a wonderful fucking holiday. And Tony, you know what I might do in that case? Maybe I should just give you the fucking $10 in my PayPal account from my art fund because I had to cancel an art and I'm trying to find an alternative. And you can go get yourself something nice to eat or drink. What do you think? What do you think? That'll be like, say, my Christmas present to you, buddy. You go get yourself something nice to eat or drink. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I know you don't like Jollibees, but you go somewhere else. So that could be the Christmas present from me. What do you think? There we go. Yeah, we know about family holidays, but come on, we also do some nice things. I mean, that would be neat. What would 10 US dollars, and I mean this in a very serious, non-joking way, Antony, 10 US dollars, what would that get you? Like, would that, like, look, I know it's the Philippines, I know it's going from the, you know, USD to the peso, Philippine peso, but seriously, what would that get you? Like, would that, like, potentially be like, oh, man, this is going to be, like, a really nice Christmas lunch for the family? Or is this going to be like, oh, man, I can go get the family some nice, you know, alcohol for dinner? Like, so what would that be? And I mean that in a 100% serious way. Because I, of course, as I'm sure you're aware, Antony, I don't live in the Philippines. I'm an Australian citizen. And I have Australian dollars here. I've never been to the Philippines, so just to be abundantly clear with everyone, even though people have been accusing me of being Asian lately, I assure you, everyone, I'm not Asian. I'm not Asian in any way, shape, or form. The only Asian country that I've been to is Singapore, and that was me going to and from Sweden when I went international for the first time in my life. That was it. And even then, I only just stayed in the airport while we waited for the plane to be refueled, and then we left. I'll round it off to 500 pesos, Antonio. I'm not going to give you like 9, okay? I'm going to give you 500, okay? So don't worry about it. They can buy some good drinks with that cash. Oh, ain't that nice? Ooh. Help out a bit with the groceries for the Christmas food too. Oh, ain't that nice, Antonio? Ain't that nice? Now, with that as well, is that also going to potentially help getting you something nice for your graduation? Like, you go get like, I don't know if you drink or not, but maybe like something nice, you know, to celebrate. Oh, the art picture that I had cancelled, because I actually had to cancel a few because the artists on VGen basically went dark. I was going to go and commission, well, not anymore, some assets in that case, in like, you know, emotes, some display pictures, just some pictures and art in general, you know, shit like that, right? One that I really wanted, the artist on VGen effectively just disappeared. We heard nothing. Actually, one of the pictures I was going to get was going to be somewhat of a Christmas present for Gwen, because it was going to be a couple's picture that I was going to get us commissioned. Completely fell off the face of the earth. Just the artist just would not respond. Just gone. So, okay. I got the money back on PayPal, minus all the fees, because they are themselves... No, they're not Filipino. Where were they from? They're not Filipino. They were not Indonesian. They were from... What's the other one? What's the other... not Singapore. Malaysia. They're from Malaysia. They were a Malaysian artist. And yeah, they fell just off the face of the earth. So I don't know if anything happened to them. Maybe they just got busy. I don't know. But yeah, they just stopped responding, and I contacted, I said, hey, look, the artist disappeared, and VGen was like, yeah, they've disappeared as well. Here's, unfortunately, the fee's already gone for VGen, so here's the rest of the money back. So, okay. It's one of the reasons why I stick to VGen, because if the few times that's happened, at least I get the 99% of the money back. Malaysia, yeah. Yeah, and the artist is really good. I just hope the artist is okay. So I'm like, man, I really wanted that fucking picture. It was going to be a nice little Christmas present, well, she knew about it. But I really wanted that fucking picture, but oh well. A few other things that I was going to get was going to be streaming assets, like, not like the loading screens that you see on the stream, but like, like about me, like who I am, links, that kind of thing. I was going to get some of that done. Still waiting on that to be processed, but that's going to be like 10 or 15 Australian, so that's going to be, again, nothing there. And just some emotes, but the emotes, I actually had 2 bundles commissioned, which I've had for about 2 months. One of them is going to be a complete refresher, except for the Studio 88 emotes, like the animated ones that I know you and everyone else liked. They're staying. But all the other emotes that I have here on Twitch, Discord, Kick, all that kind of place, they're actually going to be removed, like retired. Like, no, I'm not going to delete them. They're just going to be taken off because I'm going to replace them with all these emotes. And the first bundle of 20, which is from the massive subathon, that's how far back we're going. The artist officially started it because I did it in a massive bundle. So, okay, that's fine. The artist is keeping up, which is fantastic. They says, hey, look, I'm really sorry about that. Here's the art that we've started. Here's these things of the emotes. Again, all on VGen. Fantastic. Go do what you got to do because there's a lot of work. No worries. The other artist that I hired for other animated emotes unfortunately pulled the VTuber fee on me. The meme that has been going around happened to me. So I don't know how people can go on a site like VGen and then say, hey, you're actually a streaming VTuber. I'm gonna add like a 90% fee increase to cover fees and the commercial costs. And I'm like, I'm not using this for commercial costs. It's only going to be for streaming, and it's not going to be made into merchandise. And the artist was like, oh yeah, but this is what I consider commercial. Since you're going to be doing it for streaming, this is what I class as commercial. So I'm going to add that extra fee. And I was like, no, that is not commercial fee. That is not what VGen states is commercial fee. And I literally, like, VGen actually had this issue several months ago, and they actually had to rewrite what their definitions of non-commercial, commercial, business, merchandise, that kind of thing, right? Because that's what they've actually got tagged there on their, when you buy something on VGen, you've got all 3 options there. Because then it actually gives you, like, on the question mark on what it is, exactly what it is. Because the only way to actually operate on that VGen is that this is the definitions of what you are running on. And when you sell a product like commissions or emotes, it's up to you to select which ones you're allowed to sell. Like, if you're just going to use it for someone like Discord, for example, Tony, you can say, like, these emotes are only going to be for Discord. You can't monetize them. You can't use them on Twitch, that kind of thing. So it's just going to be like a free usage kind of thing. Like, they're still paying for it, of course, but it's on a Discord channel. So it's not technically monetized like on a Twitch channel. But then, of course, you have, like, it's like a semi-commercial kind of thing, because, if you're on Twitch, which I'm doing, on YouTube, where you can subscribe and get emotes, that could be classed as, business or commercial. But I forget the wording that it is on VGen. I should go bring VGen up and look it up. And then, of course, you've got the merchandising rights version, which is the most expensive out of all, because once you select that option, you are actually buying the rights entirely of whatever you are commissioning off the artist to then sell for merchandise. The price for that one usually includes the caveat, if that's the right word, or the condition is that you don't actually have to tell who the artist is, I think it is, if that's the right word of saying it. But then that price is so astronomically high because the artist is basically, with that option, waving goodbye to any kind of monetization from those items that the artist is making, so then you can sell it as merchandise, right? That's what it's there for. Unfortunately, there has been an issue lately in the last few months and that VGen themselves have had to get involved, including sites like Skeb as well, because people have been trying to do it. Artists have been adding what's been called the VTuber tax, or the streamer tax. The thing is, these people are fucking idiots. They don't know that people can, like, tell other people and people can look up things. Is that when I actually went to this artist, and because, you know, when you actually do a commission on VGen, right, you can actually put in your streaming or social links, like, you know, your Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So the artist can see exactly what you are doing, what you're going to use it for, and what platforms, because they might say, hey, I don't want you to use this platform, right? I have no idea why an artist would want to deny themselves a sale by saying that, but hey, if that's what the artist wants to do, I'm not stopping it. I'll go find somewhere else then. Here's another thing that they've been trying lately, and I'm very happy that it's only a very, 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 very small group, because nothing sinks a career like doing shit like this. I approached an artist to get animated emotes for my tier 3 subscribers here on Twitch, because I currently have several of them and I have nothing to provide them for the time being. The several tier 3 subs that I have are just supporting me for the sake of supporting me, and I'm incredibly grateful, but at the same time I want to give them something. If you're going to subscribe to me on a tier 3 subscription, I want you to have something. Like, you will of course have my eternal gratitude for that, which they have said it is more than enough because they want to support me, which I absolutely love. But for me, that's not good enough. I need to give them something. I need to give them something. I want them to have a badge on their profile account. I want them to have, like, say, several emotes that are going to be just for them, you know, tier 3, you know, shit like that. I went to an artist on VGen to get that done. I actually had a double. I'm pretty sure it was a guy. I have no idea. I just got a feeling it was a guy, just by how the account was. I wanted to get badges and animated emotes. And this was going to be, again, after the subathon, because it was thanks to the subathon that I was able to afford it. That's how I got those big bundles of emotes and that done. So, you know, they're currently being worked on. And when I put it in, you know, all the socials and all that, the artist turned around the same day and said, hey, thank you very much for commissioning me. Since you're an active VTuber, I'm going to increase the price by 90%. Since you're a streamer, and I'm also going to add commercial rights with that price increase. So the bundle and the emotes was going to cost me about 250 Australian dollars. And I was like, no, I absolutely do not want commercial rights. And why am I getting this price increase because I'm a VTuber? Why is this happening? And the person literally said, since you're a streamer, you can afford it. So I've increased the price and given you commercial rights. And I'm like, I can't fucking afford this. And the artist literally said, but you just had a subathon. I can see on your streams, like, you know, you got all this. The artist was literally trying to emotionally blackmail me to get that, for me to pay that. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, do you know how much I lose due to tax and the Twitch cut as well? Like, I admit, like, it was surprising what I got, to be honest, right? Especially with the exchange rate. But fuck me, did that fucking artist. And it happened to me, and I could not believe it, and I immediately declined it. And I actually reported them to VGen over it. And then VGen said, look, we're really sorry about that. The account has been disciplined. And I went back to the account. And the account was gone. Account had been suspended off VGen. So that was nice. Fucking hell. Fuck, that's annoying. Oh, yeah, geez, you had a subathon, Max. And, oh, yeah, you can afford $250 US. No, I fucking can't. It's not even like a lot of things. It was 2 animated emotes, a list of items that, like, you know, like about me, who I am, socials, you know, shit like that. And that was it. $250 US. Like extra, yeah, exactly, Kent, exactly. It was an extra price on top of that. He raised the price because I was a VTuber. Because I'm a streamer, because he thought I had like thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. I like how that's actually something you can complain about on VGen if artists try to do that, because it's the same kind of shit that like Uber drivers and that do. They say, hey, can I like do it like off the books? Can I just pay in cash? I'm like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. Yeah, I was very upset that day. I'll put it that way, friends. I was very fucking upset that day. Oh, wow, there's a lot of fucking browns here. Okay, a lot of tan. No, that's tan. That's not brown. Oh, shit, we're in the tans now. Are we getting into the camo? Oh, who's that? I just got a message. Hang on. Oh, hey, a parcel been delivered. Oh, hang on. I'll be right back, chat. Oh, we got to go downstairs. I've just received an alert that one of the presents has just been delivered. I need to go downstairs. I will be right back. I need to go downstairs. I'm going to quickly get an ad break out of the way because I need to go sign for a parcel. Be right back. Won't be too long. Oh, ooh, don't drop it, Max. I'm back now. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the things that we ordered for Christmas has arrived. Lovely. All right. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. I had a sip of water while I was down there too. Mr. Faded Sock is here. How you doing, man? Welcome. Hope you are going good, my friend. Welcome. Presents are secrets. Exactly, they are secrets. All I know is that it's in its box. And I'm not opening it. So, So I don't want to spoil it. How you doing, Faded? Hope you are going good, my friend. How you doing, buddy? Back home now and been lurking. Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome. Currently, as you can see here, we are painting some tanks, and I'm going to see how the battery is after this. See if we can do another one. And then we'll see how we go. And after that, go for my walk after the stream, which would be nice. And then we'll see how we go. But yeah, sorry about that, everyone, about the earlier discussion in that case. Yeah, just a fucking scummy artist trying to make money. And the worst part is that someone fucking did it. Because the artist is if the artist is making demands like that, someone fucking did it, which is the worst part. It's very annoying. All you have to do is just pay a scalper once, and they'll never stop doing it. Because if someone falls for it once, someone will do it again. I'll just bring you a little bit closer. Like there. There we go. I gotta be very careful, Faded, with how I call these people. It could be TOS violations. But well, man. You know, you get somewhat popular and all of a sudden people start putting in fucking taxes on you. I'm like, nah, I'm good, buddy. I'll go somewhere else. I'll go somewhere else. Thank you. I remember I had an artist a while ago, right? And this was at the start of the year. Now, I'm pretty sure I've told the story to you, Faded. I can't remember if I did in a couple of you, but I don't think I told the story on stream, right? So, I was commissioning an artist to make something, right? Now, this was, again, one of the first ones that I ever did. That's how far back we're going. This is one of the first that I'd ever done. One of the first assets. And, the artist, understandably, was not very good with English. Which is totally fine. Mr. Moneybags, I fucking wish, Faded. I fucking wish, buddy. I fucking wish. The artist that I'd hired for something, and I ended up cancelling it, we had a bit of a disagreement. Right? And like I said, I think his language barrier might have potentially have not helped in that case, I think. Because I think even he realised after a while, said, oh, my English is not helping me. One of the people that helped me, you know, with moderation, helping on the Discord and just with programming stuff and all, you know, that kind of stuff. He's a programmer. However, he has also, this programmer is very well aware to the fact about the situation with AI. And he is understandably, you know, because he's an independent programmer. He's like a, you know, one of those contractors that you can hire for companies, right? He's one of them. He is trying to learn AI to try and help his own business. But again, he also knows, you know, that the modern AI is just not good, but it's going to be stuff that he needs to work with. So just to help himself out, he's learning it, right? The artist found out because he was actually testing like one of those AI generation stuff on Discord, which he ended up actually removing from the Discord server because he outright said that it was just not good, right? And the artist came to me and said, hey, look, I understand that your friend is learning AI, but I don't agree with AI in the slightest because I'm an artist. And I'm like, of course, that is totally fine. 100% understandable. Now, I'm thinking that he's probably going to want me to talk to him and just say, hey, look, can you just not put the AI on? You know, but even then, he was literally saying in the comments, like, I'm going to remove this Discord. This AI is shit. We're not going to use this here, and I'm going to turn off all the permissions for it. Okay, good. The artist turned around and said, look, I need you to, like, to like sign a contract with me swearing that you will swear off AI, including all your friends and associates in this server. Otherwise, I'm not going to serve you as an artist. And I was like, excuse me? He says, yes, I want you to make like a promise and sign a contract saying that you will never use AI here or outside the website, even if you're not using my art or not to fill it. And I was like, no. No, I'm not doing that. It's like, oh, but you're hiring me for this. Don't you want to like have an artist here? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not signing a contract to swear off AI or to try and police other people using it. I can't fucking do that. I don't have any power other than just asking them. Like, and he said, oh no, you got to like force them, like to kick them out of your server. You know, if they use AI. And I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not fucking doing that. I refuse to do so. I openly refuse to such a demand. I actually told the guy right there, if you are going to make these demands of me to try and police what someone does, now I understand where he's coming from in that case, but the fact that he was outright saying that I need to police people outside of streams, outside of Discord, in someone's spare time to make sure that they are not doing AI stuff. And he was adamant on that. He was absolutely adamant that I go and police people off stream. And I outright said no. I outright refuse such a fucking demand. And in that same conversation, I said, I am officially cancelling my art with you. I outright refuse to even entertain this motion. He then panicked and suddenly said, oh, wait, could you like just put something like in the art saying, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, no, the fact that your first statement was me demanding me to go and police people off stream, I'm like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. That's a blurb, don't need to do that. It's like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. And then he realized what it probably dawned on him that he was probably trying to like request something else, but his English was not very good. And I was like, nah, mate, Your Honor, I'm not doing that. He probably realized like, oh shit, I'm saying the wrong things. And he tried for a good while to talk me out of cancelling the commission. And I just said, no, not doing it, buddy. No, thank you. Nuh-uh, as the saying goes. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. And he was like, okay. And then he basically gave up, right? Realizing what he was effectively demanding, and I refused to even do anything about that, right? Oh, this silly person. This silly person. But, oh, well. Down. Oh, well. It was funny. But at the same time, I just thought it was really silly. Like I could not believe that he was expecting me to go and like harass people outside Discord to do this kind of stuff. I have no idea, Cans. Like I said, his English was not very good, and he was probably trying to. But all I got from that was that he wanted me to police people outside, like on Discord, outside Discord, and outside streams. I'm like, nah. Because when he realized that I was like not only refusing it, but I had said in the same breath that I'm officially canceling my commission and I will absolutely not do anything that you have demanded of me. The panic that was in his wording was quite obvious, and it was a bit of a shame. It was a bit of a shame, but oh well. And that's what I like in real life. That's what I am in real life. I'm like, look, I'm not a fan of AI. But hey, if they want to go do it, I can't fucking stop them. What, you want me to go and like tell someone to not do it? They can tell me to fuck off. But there's nothing I could do about it. You know? It's not, you know, it's not a good thing, but no. I just found it really shocking. I just found it really shocking. I just found it really shocking. Oh well. That's just the way it goes, unfortunately. Where is this blue gonna go? Ah, it's gonna be up in the trees. Okay, it's gonna be behind those leaves. There's gonna be other shades of blue, which is gonna be elsewhere. Yeah, some of the top trees. Okay. I am actually getting a comment done, by the way. Oh, nice, Gwen. Don't spoil what it is. Tell me what it is when it's done. Especially, it's really going to be Palestine Knafe. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds cool. Hell yeah. I hope you enjoy it, Antony. It's going to be good, buddy. Also, Antony, DM me your PayPal details. Like I said, if the government wants to say you need $10, I'll just fucking give it to you. I'll see if any of my usual artists are around, if they're available for a commission. And I'll use the difference with them. So send me your PayPal details, and I'll do it from there. I think it's going to be... Yeah, just that. Okay. 11. I need $20. I don't have that much left, Faded. Unfortunately, I didn't get much back from the refund. I think I've got like... Yeah, because after the fees from VGen, I think I got like 18... Hmm? $24. Like I said, I'll go ask one of my other artist friends. just for like some basic emotes or something. I'll go ask them. It won't be very good ones, the ones that I originally wanted, but I'll be able to get something for my tier 3 subs until all the other stuff is ready for the next Twitch payout. It'll keep me going until the Twitch payout. Okay, Fader. I was like, oh, you're going to have to wait till like the 15th of December if you need something from me, buddy. I can't give you something right now. But yeah, Antony, hit me up, buddy. Like I said. Put it this way, this will be my Christmas present to you, as well as another part of the congratulations for your graduation, buddy. Go get yourself something nice. Maybe get a drink. I know you say you don't drink very much, but come on, buddy, it's graduation. Go get yourself like some soju or something. Or, like what you said, you go and get some extra food for the Christmas celebrations and celebrate with your family. Just promise me, like I said, as long as it's for your celebration for your graduation and or Christmas, however you want to word it, as long as it's for there, I don't care what you buy. Plus, as long as it's not illegal. Okay? As long as it's not illegal and it's going to be for the Christmas or New Year's, whatever, however you want to do it, good enough. Good enough. I'll go see if... Because I know some of the other girls that I talked to that are artists that I've used before. I know one of them is on holiday because she's actually... She's not from Jakarta. She's from the other big island. And she actually said, no, I'm really sorry, Max. I'm not going to literally be there. I'm going to be like on the other island. I'm like, okay. I'll see you. I'll message her when she's back and ask, hey, can you like make me some like basic emotes, please? And she'll probably jump on it. Of course, going to send it to my dad right away. So that's okay. That's cool, buddy. That's cool. My art is in the Philippines. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. I've discovered that there are so many good artists in like the Philippines and Malaysia and Singapore and Indonesia and the Philippines and all that. It's just a shame that, you know... Oh, is that it? No, right there. It's just a shame that these amazing artists... How do I word this? I'm going to get in trouble no matter what from some of the people in my chat. It's just such a shame that these amazing artists are unfortunately just kind of stuck in Asia. Like, I've only found some of these artists just by like knowing other people. Because understandably for artists, it is really hard nowadays to get like seen and all that. And like what Gwen said, like the artists in the US and Europe, and I guess you could say parts of Eastern Europe, they're very easy to access. Very easy. But like what Gwen said, I don't, it sounds really bad, but the prices are really high. Some of them are okay. The artist is all right. But I have met so many amazing artists that are like, say, in the Philippines, you know, Indo, Malay, Singapore, Brunei, Thailand, all that kind of place. And while they are cheap, you know, there's no way around it. They're cheap, you know, because, you know, they're in their local currency, right? But they're stuck there. They're stuck in Southeast Asia because they haven't reached that point where they can, like, advertise themselves more thoroughly. Like, I've actually convinced a few of them to like, you know, get onto VGen, to start advertising themselves more on Twitter and, you know, to go around. Like, you got to be careful about advertising, of course, you know, because you'll be marked as a spammer, right? But man, it is so hard. It is so hard for some of them, man. Like, you know, with some of the people that I know, I've actually referred to them because, you know, unfortunately, oh man, I would love to commission some of them, but some of them understandably are a little bit out of my price range. Plus, when I do have money, they're usually busy. So I'm like, oh, hey, you can go speak to so-and-so. They're really good. Here's their art. Haven't commissioned them yet. I keep missing them because of my Twitch payday because I'm unemployed at the moment. But hey, go hire them. And they go, oh, wow, this is really good. And I just want to be careful about just like the pricing because I know... And Tony, did you end up seeing that post from Euro, like that French Girls Frontline poster? That made that comment about not wanting to deal with like Western artists and only deals with C artists, like Southeast Asia or Asia in general. Was it you that I tagged in that or showed you that? I can't remember. Was it you or someone else that showed me it? I can't remember. I think someone tagged me and I'm pretty sure it was either you or someone else. I'm sorry, Anthony, but yeah. Well, basically, to make a long story short, Euro made a post saying, and I can see where he's coming from, but he made a comment a while ago saying like he's not going to waste his time or money commissioning Western artists when he can go to like say the Philippines or to Malaysia, you know, Thailand, you know, the Philippines, Singapore, get the exact same art for like half the price or less. Understandably, he's going to be paying, like, you know, in euro or US dollars for, I guess, depending on what you can get, either equal quality or better to what Western artists are hiring. Now, now in a tight-ass way, I understand that, but he came across the way, like, and again, I can understand where he got a lot of the criticism for, is that, you know, he's just like exploiting cheaper artists and labor for the sake of it because, you know, he's French, I think. I think I still remember that. It was a while ago, Antony. It caused a bit of a kerfuffle. Like, Euro actually thought of deleting his Twitter account and starting again, because that's how much... It's just the no-lifers. It's the no-life... It's the always online fucking idiots. It's those people. And how he worded it, it came off really badly. I understand where both sides of the group were coming from, okay? He shouldn't have said it that way. Had he worded it a bit better, it probably wouldn't have gotten the harassment that he got, right? Yeah, that's the one. He's French. Yeah. Yeah. And the way that he worded it, it really did not fucking look good. And I remember looking at that and I'm like, man, I'm not fucking getting involved. You're on your own, buddy. Good luck. If you delete your account, you know where to find me, man. You know where to find me, buddy. But he tried to explain himself later on, right? That the like, you know, the living standards in Southeast Asia are of course going to be completely different to what's in France, which is exactly correct. Because some of the stuff that he was using as the examples was, I think even for like all of Southeast Asia, was like several months of like the minimum wage for some of these people in their regions. Because I think for one of the artists that he was considering getting, because it was going to be like his big art, I think for the year or something, it was going to be like $200 to $300 US, but that was going to be the whole shebang, like everything that he wanted, all the bells and whistles, the one big one that he was going to afford for the year. He posted the comparison of a Western artist, and that was going to be the starting price for someone that was based, I think, in Germany, or another French artist. And like I said, the way that he worded it did not fucking help his case. Now, in that kind of topic, I admittedly, like, I'm like, you know, I can't afford these big Western artists, you know. But on the other side, if I had $300 US, and like, for example, because I'm looking at your name on the list, so I'm going to use your name. Say Antony was going to be an artist, right? Like, say Antony was going to be an artist for me to make, like, you know, like the VTuber avatar, like, you know, my live 2D, like, you know, the 2.0 that I wanted to, for example, Antony, right? Antony would have done it for like for $300 US. However, with my current beliefs in that case, for that sake, for $300 US, for this example, that would have been like 4 or 5 months' wages for Antony in that country. Again, just an example, Antony. I would rather hire Antony in that case. Not only am I going to get a really good artist, but then I know that Antony is going to have like the minimum wage for like 4 or 5 months with that payment, and I know he'll be good. For the US artists, like the Euro, yeah, exactly, Antony. Yeah, he wanted to exploit or take advantage. Exactly, yes. See, that's what I mean. He worded it really fucking badly, and that's how it came off from it. Like I said, he brought that storm onto himself. Had he just made the super long post explaining his situation, people would be like, oh, right, okay, I get what you're coming from, Euro. But no. He made that first post, the sky fell on him, he made the follow-up post, and then he had to lock his account. He brought it onto himself, Antony. I just remembered I commed to Mutual 2 months ago and I haven't heard a thing since. Well, you better go chase it up, Gwen. You better go chase it up. If not, go get your money, buddy. Go get your money. Get your money back. Because I remember... Because several of the artists that I stick to outside of VGen, because we're always in contact and I'm helping them out, you know, with, you know, recommending them, and we're sharing and liking stuff on Twitter, that kind of thing. I would really like to hire them when they're available, because not only do I like them, and we do stuff outside of streams, like on Discords, because we're in several Discords together and all that. And, you know, we do stuff, we play games and we talk and all that. But the fact that my money, when goes to them, would be like Now, for me, like for an art, it's going to be like 50 or 60 Australian dollars. That's nothing here in Australia. 50, 60 is nothing, you know. But for Artist Chan, who lives in Jakarta in Indonesia, who makes amazing art, that 50 Australian dollars is like what, 2 months' wages for them, for her? You know, because it's going from Australian to Indonesian rupee. That's 2 months' wages. That's 2 months of groceries. That's bills. That's help for her and her family. She can do something. With the leftovers, she can go out something. Where's that going to go to someone in fucking the United States? They're going to be like, oh, $50 is going to be the deposit, and then you need to pay the rest in like 7 days. I'm like, nah, fuck off. I'm not doing that. At least I know that money is going to go and help Artist Chan, who lives in Jakarta, while Jane, the artist in fucking California, is just going to bitch and moan that I'm only able to pay the deposit of $50. Because they want to go buy Battlefield 6. It's one of the reasons in this case why I like sticking to my nice little closed circle of artists, except for the few that I go on VGen for. That's why I like sticking to my close little circle of artist friends, because not only are they really good, the fact that my Australian dollars is helping them, like the whole family. Because I remember when I helped one artist, when I finally got it monetized, and one of the few things that I did was one of the very, very early emotes. It was like 10 or 15 US, no, it was 20 US dollars back then, for the very first ones that I got, that I ended up getting rid of because they got replaced by the Studio 88 stuff, which they were totally happy about. They were chuffed. They were like, "Oh man, you helped me get work." It's like, yeah, okay, good. That 20 US dollars allowed him, because he actually lived, I think, in like the southern part of the Philippines, and like one of the big southern islands. He actually sent me pictures of him and his family going grocery shopping because they did a massive fucking shop on the island, like in the shopping center at the island there. I can't remember where it was. And he was like, man, I've never bought this much food in my life. Because they're quite a poor family, in the southern part of the Philippines. And it's like a proper trolley, right? It's a little trolley, but it's completely full of like rice and fruit and all that. And going from back then, the exchange rate was quite good, admittedly, at the time back then. And like his family was there. They were like doing a big shop. They couldn't believe, like, oh, look at all this food. We're going to be okay for a while. It's like, oh man, that made me feel funny. That's for sure. An average fasting meal is like 100 to 200 pesos, which is $4 US. Damn, that's nice. And that's Jakarta in the capital. If it's a smaller town like Semarang, it's like 3 months worth. Yeah, exactly, Cans, exactly. Being an Asian is both a blessing and a curse. I'd be lying if I say I don't enjoy the conversion rate difference. That is true, Antony. That is true. That is true. Midano. I can't remember, Antony. Unfortunately, I can't remember. This is actually before I actually had a Discord server. That's how far back it's going. That's how far back we're going. When I was just starting out. So, oh man. The family, like I said, when they were out shopping, they couldn't believe it. It paid for a lot of food for them, and they made it last, that's for sure. Which made me very happy. It's like I said, it's one of the reasons why I stick to my little close circle of artist friends. I go to VGen to get something out, because then I know the money is literally going somewhere good. I know that might sound a little soft and a bit, oh geez, you're a bleeding heart, Max. It's like, well, I know for a fact that, I'm helping out someone is not exactly making a lot of money, 20, 30 bucks for me, while it is nice, it is for the art fund. That's, look how much groceries it bought them. They filled up a whole trolley, and the family couldn't believe how much food they were bringing home that day. Well, because the son of the family managed to get an art commission directly on PayPal, and they got it transferred over somewhere, I think, and they got to go out grocery shopping that day when they got the money. They couldn't believe it. So that made me feel better. That made me feel good. Did you know in Bali there's a culture of nomads? They're foreigners. Yes, Cans. I am fully aware of them. We call them in the West digital nomads, which is exactly what you're talking about. They are basically having overseas income, exporting the convert exactly cans. So here in Australia, because that's what they're called digital nomads. These are basically either ultra wealthy young people or young people who have managed to sell out everything because they got one of the few legitimately digital remote jobs that they can literally move to another country to and use it for. And then literally like get paid in like Australian dollars or US dollars and then live in like say Bali or Jakarta, or I'm going to assume places like Manila, Luzon Island, Manila, Mindanao, sorry, as Antonio said, places like that, where while they might be getting paid okay, like here in Sydney, they live like fucking kings. They live like fucking like aristocracy in like, the Philippines or Jakarta or Bali, places like that. And they are some of the most insufferable fucking cunts that you'll ever meet. They literally think that they are better than you because they got a remote job that allows them to literally live in like Manila. They get to buy like a full-blown house. They're living in the Philippines. They're going to get their citizenship, that kind of shit, right? And thanks to the dollar, the Australian dollar converting to the Philippine pesos, they get to fucking live like the old colonists, back in the day. Hello, Storm. Oh, you're finally awake. Hello. Oh, I need to brush you again, Bubba. How you doing? Yes, you're all tired. You've been sleeping downstairs next to the open screen door, haven't you? Yes, you have. I can tell by how matted your hair is. Oh, I need to brush you. Okay. Colonists. Exactly, Antonio. I don't know the exact right word because when I used to work in travel insurance, we actually used to get those kind of calls all the day, like all the time. Because people would literally say like, oh, I'm a digital nomad and I'm like living in like say Manila, and I need insurance that'll cover me while I'm here for 6 months, right? And I'm like, oh no, sorry man, we're only travel insurers, so you need to actually like leave Australia for your holiday, for non-business purposes, like you're going for recreation, leisure, and then come back. And he says, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm literally living here as like a remote worker, as a digital nomad, so I need that kind of insurance. And I would literally tell them we don't provide that kind of insurance here. And they said, aren't you guys a travel insurance? You guys should be able to provide any kind of travel insurance. I was like, oh, I work hard here and then, I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. We don't provide that kind of insurance here. We don't have the certification for it. And what used to happen in that kind of place, that time, they'd always want to talk to the managers. Say, no, I want this insurance and I want it now because they're going to cancel my visa and all that. So I can't help you, buddy. Okay, you can talk to the manager, and the manager says, no, we don't provide it, and we're not going to help you, so goodbye, boop, and then hang up the phone. Well, if we're going in that direction, they technically are colonists minus the old racism of the day. Oh, I don't know about that, Antony. Some of the people that I've talked to that are into it, I don't know. The problem is that there's too many of them like in Bali that rise and live because they never will hurt the locals. That is happening in places like Bali. But they do have I guess you could say, the blessing of Australian tourism to kind of slow it down. Because it allows it to keep it quite cheap, but it's still not going good. The thing is, several nomads that I've met have had to come back to Australia for whatever reason, and they fucking hate the country. One of them that I actually used to go to school with, and I actually stopped speaking to him before the pandemic, right? Because it got to the point that I had to tell him to cool the fucking racism down. I had to tell him, you need to calm the fuck down, all right, buddy? Relax. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Calm down. And Tony, I'll tell you some stuff off Discord, on Discord, sorry. And these are like the ultra rich whites. It's their kind of people, Antony, like from Eastern Sydney, right? Along the coast. This guy was complaining that he had like servants in his house because he was this is like at the really kind of start before the pandemic of remote work. So he got one of the ultra wealthy ones and he basically packed up and moved to Manila, right? And he was complaining that he had to leave his house and all that in Manila, because he had like a proper, like, I think it was like an American colonial building, like a 2-story one. Hello, Stormy. Yes, I can tell you've just woken up. I can tell you've just woken up, Bubba. Hang on. Let me take these off. I'm going to pick him up. Oh, no, wrong button. No. There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Storm, where are you, Bubba? Where are you? I know you've just woken up. Oh, where are you? Gotcha. Gimme, Bubba. Gimme. There's my baby. Oh, yes, you've just woken up. Hello. And, oh, wow, yeah, you have been asleep. How deep of a sleep were you in, Storm? Oh, my goodness. Like, he was complaining on... Like I said, he got a house in Manila, and he was literally, like, spouting out racism because the servants that he got were not from the capital. Apparently, they were, like, people from another part of the Philippines, right? And he was literally, like, racially abusing them, like, you know, from where he was here in Australia to me. And I was like, where the fuck did all this come from? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because, oh, geez, these people, man, they're, you know, like, and yes, I know, Storm. Yes, I know you're tired. My little baby. I know you just woke up. My little boy. Go, down you get. And I was like, what the fuck? And you know what he fucking said to me? And it still fucking... Ooh, there we go. And it still fucking shocks me in that case, because he was literally acting like a legit colonial, you know, like a colonist. He's like, oh, you know, these people don't know what they're doing. You know, I got to constantly like tell them and all that, and I've had to fire 2 of them because they just do the job wrong. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you like a legitimate colonist? And he's like, oh, I pay the money. And then he said some comments, and I outright told him to shut the fuck up. And Tony, I told him, and I said, I literally told him, says, you are never going to say that in front of me again. He said some very bad words that he completely caught me off guard. Let's put it that way, Anthony. And he was outright saying that all his other friends that live in the suburb are the exact same thing. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And he's like, oh, what, are you just jealous you don't have house servants? And I just said, no, I just don't like how you're going. So, goodbye. And he had a go at me on Facebook over it. And I was like, okay, see you later, buddy. I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. That was one of my first experiences with a digital nomad. Before the term was officially, you know, what it was, right? Man. Yeah. Gee, it's not like Manila's like the work capital and they drive a lot of people to come here. Good on you. Yeah, exactly. That's literally, I think that was actually something along the lines that I said. I'm like, bro, Manila is the capital. Like in these, like in countries like the Philippines, that's where the work is. You know? Like that's where they're going to go from. But like, yeah, okay, their English isn't going to be perfect. But you're like, you got to think of like, oh man, I'm hiring someone, like I'm in another country. And he basically said, oh, no. I paid my money. I expect all this and I expect all that. And I'm like, all right, fuck off then. Off you go. Fuck off. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of me. Don't talk to me anymore. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. And I think he actually got kicked out of the country. I think he did something that got himself arrested and he had to leave the Philippines. So, you know, well... like I said, I don't speak to him. I just remember one of my friends before I basically gave up on Facebook told me that, yeah, he had to come back to Australia because of something that happened in the Philippines and he wasn't happy about it and he hates the fact that it's not as cheap here. He says, okay. All right. I don't care. Because he would talk to the same way to everyone, even his own family. Like how he would treat like people in the Philippines and all that. And his family... You know, they got money. You know, they live in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. They got fucking money. And even they were telling him to cool it down. I think his mum outright said, because I remember I was talking to his sister like around all that was happening. His mum outright told him to stop being the way he is. Just outright told him, you need to stop. You need to stop doing this. And he outright said, no, I'm not. Oh, damn. Because I've actually got family members that are married to a Filipino. Lovely people. Lovely people. I would love to go visit their family in the Philippines, because they come to Australia often, and I would love to go to the Philippines and meet them. And they are so nice. The Filipino part of the family, they are just so lovely. Like, understandably, their English is not very good, but when they have had the opportunity to come to Australia, they jump on it. They jump on it. And I don't think they're coming this year, I think. I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. I think it might be a bit too late. I don't think they're coming to Australia this year, but I think they're planning on something next year. And when actually the Filipino family member that's here in Australia, because they were born here, their parents, her and his, because there's multiple of them, were born here in Australia. The family was born in the Philippines and then moved to Australia. Understandably, there's a massive culture shock, right? Because, going from Australia to the Philippines and, from the Philippines to Australia. And when they actually went over there quite a few years ago, properly for the first time as an adult, so they can experience, the Philippines properly. Because I actually think that I think they visited Manila for a holiday, but then they went to one of the other big cities in the Philippines. They actually got where they were staying, because it was like one of those like little hotels that, the semi-luxury ones, right? And you get you get a servant, and, it's just a helper, right? The thing is, it's the same time. It's like literally someone from the provinces that's working at the hotel, right? And understandably, they're very nervous and they want to make, the Australian is, oh my goodness, I've got to be really good on my best behavior, right? And what ended up happening, right, is that the male Filipino family member, didn't, just as a habit here in Australia, if you want a cup of coffee, you're going to go and make your cup of coffee. You're going to go to the kitchen and make it, right? And Tony, say you, you and me and Tony, oh man, I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. And Tony, what do you want in yours? And I'll go in the kitchen and make it. He went to the kitchen to make the coffee, not thinking that's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. The servant, aka the assistant that was there, actually got in trouble from the hotel. Now, we're not talking lost their job, right? Nothing like that, but it was one of those things where the assistant, I don't know what to call it, right? Has to do that kind of thing. You are there to have a holiday. The person that is there, the assistant, is there to do everything else. You're not meant to go to the kitchen and get the coffee, right? You are there to have a holiday. Your assistant will make you the coffee and then bring it in. And the Filipino family members actually said, no, you can't do that. You got them in trouble. It's like, what do you mean? There's no. No. That's what they're here for. That's what they're paid for. You got them in trouble. It's like, what do you mean I got them in trouble? The person has to do this, and they got just a told off, and you got to do that. And then, of course, the person came over and said, yes, exactly, Antony. When the guests are, you got to treat them high, shit like that. Hey, Cause, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? And now, look, the assistant didn't get in trouble, lost their job, when you're on one side, they're an employee of the hotel, and this is their job, right? You don't want to take that away from them, especially in one of those big holiday towns. And that they got a very good job, they don't want to lose it. On the other side, you don't want to get the manager and that in trouble, right? I'm doing great. I'm playing Generation Zero, and it's really weird. The person is putting down ammo to make the game severely laggy entertainment. Oh, nice. Hope you're having fun, Cause. I actually want to play Generation Zero. It looks fun. That's the Swedish robot game, isn't it? I think is that the same one I'm thinking of? And, yeah, I think that's the same game. I wouldn't mind giving that a try one day. That looks really fun. But yeah, so, and Tony, right? So the male Filipino friend basically had to learn to call the servant over, request something from the, I don't know, I call them servant, I call them assistants. I hate that word servant. Call the assistant over, ask for something, and then the assistant will go get it. And it was very fucking awkward. It was so fucking awkward. And he said, I don't want to do that again. I'll just go somewhere else. It's like, oh. That's what you get when you get a hotel like that in one of the hotel towns, man. That's one of the resort towns. That's kind of what you get, buddy. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do my own things. Okay. He had a good laugh about it, though. But that's just how it is in places like the Philippines and all. Just how it is. I admit, if I was in that same situation, I'd do the exact same thing. I'm like, no, I've got to do it myself. I'm not going to ask someone to make me a coffee unless I'm paying for it. I'm not going to do that. I ain't doing that, buddy. If I'm getting a coffee, I'm either going to the local cafe to get it, or I'm making it myself. God, that would have been so fucking awkward, Antony. That would have been so fucking awkward. I think I would have cringed myself to death if I had to do that for the first time ever going to the Philippines, not knowing that was the expectations, right? I would have cringed myself to death out of sheer embarrassment, Antony. But nah, that's just how it is, you know? Oh yeah, by the way, we just got a PlayStation Plus, so now I can actually play most of the games on all extra people, so that comes... Hell yeah, Cause, that's great, man. I hope you're having a good time, man. Well, good. I hope you're having a good time, buddy. Did you get the monthly or the year? The awkwardness of having your fellow countryman do something for you in that setting. Oof. Exactly, Antony. That, oh my god, that would be so fucking awkward. Yo, Artie, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my dear. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day, Art. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to the lovely Art Direction. Artie, fellow streamer. And hanging out. Hope you're having a good day, Art. How you been? How's your day been? Hope you are going good and hope you're ready for Christmas. It's nearly there. Ooh, nearly time. Feel free to kick back, relax, enjoy the show. I'm currently attempting to paint a Panzer IV. Panzer IV off J, I believe that's what Antony said. Good, been studying. Hell yeah. Even then, my tastes are more Western sense now, but even then. That's true. That's fine. At the moment, it's a month. I might pay again. Maybe. It really depends. This person, name fashion, game, virtually unbelievable. Help. I don't know what to say, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Oh, yes, we're finally getting into the sky. Thank goodness. Finally getting into the sky. Yeah, it's one of those kind of reasons why I really want to go to the Philippines, but also on the other side, I'm like, I don't want to go to the places like the Philippines because of stuff like that, Antony. Because you know, so many of my friends are Filipinos and all that, and they say, "Oh, come on, Max, come on, buddy, we'll take you around Manila." And I know, like, you want to take me to a whole bunch of the war museums and all that, and we'll go shooting and all that. But then there's like all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh man. I don't want that kind of stuff, man. I don't want to have an assistant. I'm like, no, I don't want that. But I'm sure that's only in like certain other places, you know. Don't want to do that. You hype me up. I'm not all that in a bag of chips, Max. You'll be fine, Artie. You'll be fine. Either my place is going to blow up or the game's going to crash. Stop putting our crates down. He's a local guide you around. It's not a common thing, don't worry. Good, Antony, you can be my local guide. How about that? I'll go hire us like a 4-wheel drive or something, you know? Just make sure you have your license. I'll get the travel insurance and all that for it. I'll toss you the keys, and then we'll recreate the scene from the Blues Brothers. We're going to pack of smokes. It's not nighttime, we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it! Off we go. We'll recreate that scene. What do you think, Antony? I think that'll be good. What do you think, buddy? And yes, we will indeed record ourselves recreating that entire bit at night in Manila wearing sunglasses. We're going to do the whole fucking bit, okay? No, we'll only do it if you want to. There we go. Sounds like a luxury thing. That's actually coming out quite nicely. The reflections in the tan is actually quite helping, which is quite nice. Oh, here we go. We're getting into some of the white reflections in that case. Oh, this is a nice pearl white. Nice. Nice. I mean, if I'd have to, I better bring a friend to be a better guide. It's all right, man. We'll have a 4-wheel drive, Antony. We'll just be prepared for a very fucking busy week or something. All right. But you know what I'd have to do in that case? I'd have to be like the funny tourist, the funny Australian tourist, you know, and make like all the funny jokes and quips and all that. I think that would be really funny. And unfortunately, I will embarrass you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to embarrass the fuck out of you while I'm there. That'll be funny. Right there. There you go. Yes. Yep, just little reflections and all that now from the sun. I get to go home on Monday. I have to pack what I need out of the dorm because I only have one final on Monday morning. I have to be out 20 minutes to my last final. Oh, congratulations, Artie. At least it's nearly done. So technically no one can say I have to stay because I have to be out here ASAP next week. It's good because I want to be home. Good. Good, Art. I hope you have a good holiday at home, my friend. Hope it's going to be good. God, Maxie, I love you. I'm going to have to check you if you did. I'm like, it's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right, mate. Actually, no, I'll have Gwen check you out on me. Don't worry. Don't worry, Antonio. What will happen in that circumstance is that Gwen actually won't check me out. She'll just recreate the Mozambique drill on me, okay? That's what she'll do. That's what she'll fucking do. Nice. Yeah, that's looking quite nice. It is. That painting is coming along really nicely. It is coming in great. If I wanted to go overseas again, I'd either go to Japan again or Bali. Go somewhere different, Nambo. Go somewhere different. You should go. You know where you should go in that case? Go to Vietnam. Don't go to Bali. Bali is too touristy nowadays. If you go to Bali, you get to say, "Oh, look, I'm in an Asian country. I'm in Bali. Oh, look, there's the people with the funny voice, the funny languages." And in reality, you know, you'll probably find more fucking white people than you will Balinese there, to be honest. Go somewhere different. Go to Vietnam. Maybe go to Thailand. Maybe go to Laos or Cambodia. That would be quite fun, I think. Somewhere nice and different. You could go to... Where would another place in Asia would be? Maybe go to Malaysia, Singapore. I don't know about Brunei. Never heard anyone going to Brunei. Wait, this is just going to give yourself a Bob Ross outfit. Like, oh, do you mean like for my VR chat outfit? I could go do that. And I'll get like a fake afro or something on it. Yeah, that'd be funny. That's a good idea, actually. Ooh, yeah, I like that idea. I'll ask Makane what he's got for clothing. I'm like, hey, you got any afros or anything like that so I can look like Bob Ross? Why the fuck you want to look like Bob Ross? Funny. He'd be like, okay, let's go do it. That is coming out quite nice. It's just a shame that there was the shame shader brand for everything here, and then plus the brush and all that is actually covering the spokes and all that. That's a bit annoying. That sounds so wrong. Akane is black. Thanks for bringing that up, Antonio. That completely went over my head. You know, I was just gonna talk to him about having like a really cool Bob Ross outfit, and then you had to go ruin that up. Shake my head. That's it. That's it. You know what? I'm going to paint myself a little T80 on the other side of this. No, I'm not fucking doing that. There's a place you absolutely won't visit. I, myself, not really. I don't know. I would love to go visit Ukraine once things are pretty much over and done with, because unfortunately, I've got to go visit friends that are buried in Ukraine. I would love to go do that one day. I'd love to go visit them and go pay my respects to them. But that's going to be years before I can go in. I don't think the Australian government would really appreciate someone with me with my kind of history going to Ukraine. Let's put it that way, Tony. I don't think they'd appreciate that at all. So maybe after a few years. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, mix it all in. Get that nice darker shade mixed in. Oh, that's nice. I like that dark shade of the horizon. That's nice. What I might do actually as well... Yep, that can't go there. Now grab for everything. Go get yourself a kebab, mate. Go get yourself a kebab. Why not? There we go. I was at least able to beat the devil out of that part. Damn, there's a lot of reflections out of the camera that didn't come in well. Let's see, what's gonna... No, not there. No. It's a bit blurry if you're really close. Yeah, I knew people who went to Ukraine to go fight. Unfortunately, they never came back. Yeah, that's true, Anthony. They're all over the place, which is good. Hey, YOLO, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you are going good. Welcome, welcome. And I'm Manila Deval. Then again, I just had the UAE as a kid when my dad was working there, so I barely remember it. Maybe, I don't know if I'd visit the Emirates. I don't know if I want to go to those kind of places or to the Gulf states. I don't know if I would, to be honest. From what I'm aware of and what Cappy has told me, I would not want to help anything like a Gulf state, to be honest. There we go, chat. That is it. Look at that Panzer IV Alpha J missing the side skirts. That actually came out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That came out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Alt H. Oh, sorry, Antony. Alt H. There we go. Dutch cuisine. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I ate Dutch food. I'm going to assume Dutch is probably going to be very fishy food and meaty, I guess. I've never had it again, so you'd have to go look that up, unfortunately, yourself. But there we go. That is it. That is the Panzer IV Als H. And that actually came out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Lots of brown and tans. Frankly, I think it was a bad choice picking something like this, which is basically just tan because, you know, the camouflage and all that. That didn't come out very well. But you know what? That's actually not bad. It's just so much there's white and all that you can't really fill out because it's going to fill up the camouflage. But that's not too bad. I'm definitely, next time, I'm going to have to pick like a photo that is not effectively like a camouflage vehicle on the backdrop of the camouflage setting that they were aiming for. You know, I'll need to pick something else. But that was good. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. That was quite good. That was good. I enjoyed that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to export that right now. There we go. Let's go export you. Not bad. Not bad at all. You can draw from scratch next. I might do that on the next stream. I don't think it'll be this good, though. I want to try something else on the next stream. That'll be good. You did bring out the contrast. It works. It does work. I think it's too camo. it's too camouflaged, I think. It's too camouflaged, I think. So, oh well. But no, that was really good, friends. And now that we are back into it, we are at the 6-hour mark. Oh my goodness, I have been streaming for a while, even with the restart on it. Even with the restart on it. Whew. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit harder, but especially here on the spokes and the wheels, since the sunlight was... There we go. Because with the original picture, you can definitely see that the sunlight is coming in from like the top right down. And I think the system really struggled trying to get like all the like the chocolatey browns and all that to try and make this work. You can see it, the outline of, but then of course you got the brush and all that, you know, because being in, I think it's in somewhere in Normandy, I think, judging by the house and the brush and all that. That really covered up the spokes. I was kind of hoping at least I could put like some black outlines, but I literally don't have a black color. That sucks. And even then, look, you can barely see the treads. And look at that, they actually disappear right there because the system couldn't pick them up properly on the layers. Still, not a bad camo job. It's doing its job as camouflage. Maybe they'll guess, her artist can guess what artist fetish based on their drawing. Maybe they'll guess yours. What could my fetish be this? Oh, I can tell you like the fetishes and all that. I don't know why you need to guess. Go check my likes and follows on Twitter and Discord and all that. You trust me, it won't take you long to figure out what I like, what I'm not into. But still, not bad. Not bad. If we had a black, like a black, like I would say charcoal black or night black, I would have been able to fix all the highlights of the tanks to like really define the lines and all that. Especially even like redo all the treads. But we don't. Oh well. Oh well. That was good, friends. That was good. But I think 3 very big pictures. 3 very, very big pictures. I think I'm going to have to call it there. Because I am fucking tired now. I am tired, chat. And I would like to thank you all for joining in. I hope you've all had a wonderful time, because I definitely have. It was a lovely day today. Just painting and unwinding and just having a good old time. And I really appreciate you all sticking around, and I hope everyone has gone good. Enjoyed our little silly shenanigans and all that kind of fun stuff as well. And tomorrow, I believe we're actually going to be playing a VR chat with the game, so that's going to be nice. That will be quite good. That will be quite good. I'm looking forward to that. Whew. I'm looking forward to it, that's for sure. I want to, I want to thank you all in that case. Hope you had a great time. Don't forget, if you want to support the channels, we on either Twitch, YouTube, Kick, or Twitter, you are, of course, more than welcome to drop a like or a follow, depending on where you are. It would be greatly appreciated if you would like to help me out that way. Again, it is completely optional. If you want to help me out, don't need to worry about that. Or if you really want to help us out, especially with the ongoing Discord Nitro event going on here on Twitch. So if you subscribe or even gift a sub, you actually get 3 months of Discord Nitro, which is the proper top tier version, not the basic. It's 3 months of Discord Nitro. So if you want to support the channel, help me get more emotes, buy more games, save up for the 2.0 with Mossy, or if I should, will be truthful, of course, some of that might go towards, I guarantee it, I will go buy the Season 4 Battle Pass of Arena Breakout Infinite when that time gets here. So just being truthful where it's going to go, because if you would like to support, I would like you to know where it's going, but again, completely optional. And yes, Antonio, I've just seen your DM, so thank you very much for that, buddy. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that is it, chat. We are done for the day. We are finished. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go right out, because there's really not much else to talk about. It's just the painting, and that's it. And I need to go for a walk, because I've been sitting down painting for a while. So, let's go see who's streaming. Who is streaming? Streaming. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got here? Let's see. Who is streaming? Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Pardon me. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, Rat is live? Oh, hang on. The browser's frozen. Hang on. Just give me a sec. 1 second. Oh, because I probably should be doing this on the desktop and not on the headset. It doesn't like it when I swap over to the browser for some reason. Let's go do that. There we go. All right, in that case, chat, yes, we are going to go pop in and say hi to a Mr. Ratanak45, our favorite Tokukatsu Cambodian VTuber. He is currently playing Flushed Away. I better not say anything. I better not say anything. I better keep my mouth shut. We're going to go say hi to our lovely Ratonak45. He is currently playing Flushed Away. This will be stream in that case number 5. Let's go pop in. Hope you all had a wonderful time, and I'll hope to see you all tomorrow for our, I believe it's VR chat fun time. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. I'm going to unwind, turn everything off, and then I'm going to go for a walk and then see what I'm going to make for dinner later on when I get home. You all have a wonderful evening wherever you are, my friends, and I will hopefully see you all in the Discord. Soon, friends. Let's go say hi. There it is. Here it comes. All right, let's go.